Hi, it's Tom with Digital Foundry.
And it's Rich here.
So we have Twilight Princess HD running on the Wii U on the right against the Wii version on the left. Now this version brings full 1080p support and also a few extras like new UI for the item menus, gamepad support which allows you to see the map on the screen, and also a button to toggle the wolf mode which comes up later in the game. Now by default the game runs in the same orientation as on the GameCube original, so it's opposite to the Wii version, but there's also a hero mode that lets you run in the Wii's mirrored world and with higher difficulty too.
Usually when we have a comparison there's not really a sort of mirror image going on, but that's exactly what we're seeing here.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? I kept it like this because I like the look of it primarily, but it's quite handy just to show the difference in texture filtering on the floor and also the general resolution difference, bearing in mind we're having a 1080p image on the right and a 480p on the left, which is quite a stark difference. It's been about 10 years since this game came out, and it's remarkable how radical the change is when we move from one to the other.
Yeah, it's clear there's been a lot of work here. I mean, geometry doesn't look to have been improved that much at all, but resolution, I mean, you can see here that the murkiness is just completely gone. Texture detail in particular is just absolutely remarkable. It's quite interesting. When I first saw the Wii U version, it's kind of like how I remembered the original Wii version, but when you stack it up against the original side by side, you can see just what an upgrade it is.
It's quite funny, you know, because when I first got the Wii version, I hooked it up with an RGB SCART cable. I was really excited to play this game, but what I remember was being really disappointed with the image quality. There was something really murky and blurry about it that I just couldn't quite put my finger on. And so you're right, yeah, this is kind of how it should have been and how many people will remember it in their mind, but if you go back to it, it really doesn't look all that great on the original hardware, and this does it justice basically in terms of image quality. And with that bump to 1080p really comes the push for better textures, better shadows, and all these things that, you know, will look odd unless they change it in the transition to the HD remaster. They have to change the textures and shadows for it to work.
So there was some discussion about enhanced character models, but we don't really seem to be seeing too much about it here.
No, I agree. It is down to the hair textures really, and a few sharpened details on the faces. I think generally it is limited to the terrain and some effects as well. There's a difference in lighting, perhaps a higher precision bloom that we see in some cutscenes, but besides that it's a fairly straightforward operation from the developer Tantalus. But yes, outside of that there is not very much else to report. It's a very good effort in terms of the texturing, but I'd say much of the experience otherwise is left as is, as you'll remember it.
It seems like a pretty straightforward remastering exercise then, so the question is, it's not out at the moment, when's it coming out?
It's coming out March 4th, so a bit of a wait yet, but I think it will look nice in the collection next to the Wind Waker HD remaster, which came out last year on Wii U, and it's a nice stopgap between now and the full Zelda sequel we were all waiting for on the console. So yeah, I guess that's it. If you like this comparison, give us a like or subscribe below, and until next time, thanks for watching.